Welcome in once again to the Yugioh Fresh Off the Press community, where we analyze the current pulse, trends, and forecast of the Yu-Gi-Oh markets. We're here to feed the endless eternal Yu-Gi-Oh cardboard market watch addiction, guys. You guys already know. Welcome in. The channel continues to grow, man. It's a truly humbling experience. Excuse me, guys, don't forget, subscribe, click the all right there. It really does help out the channel. That's all good and well, but show me the cards, Jay. Here we have Cosmic Cyclone, and again, these are all cheap cards that no one remembers anymore. No one's paying attention to this, really. I mean, it's always good to discuss, some of these certain staples, cards that you might need moving forward, that they're cheap today, but you just never know tomorrow. So it doesn't hurt to, at the very minimum, get access to these cards. And then if you feel like investing or throwing a couple of shekels at it, then that's your choice as well. But we're going to start with Cosmic Cyclone. This is one that actually has, the secret rares, and it has, OTs and does it have a QC? I mean, it's all over the place with the rarities. But look, these ultras from Duel Devastator, they're spiking up in price. Card used to be what? A Billy 50, and look, if we clean this up here, janitor style, we see here it's what, 366s with the wall of China there, but it quickly becomes a 4 to 5 Billy Ultra. 28 listings only, guys. Wow. I mean, Cyclone is Cyclone. It cycles in and out of the meta, and you always want access to Cyclone. I personally own 3 Speed Duel Secrets. Just love how those look, but honestly, it's just a card you want to have. I mean, don't find yourself in a situation, of course there's commons and more budget options, but this is a min-max rarity, and it is going up there in price, but definitely one to consider moving forward. Another one is Yugioh Skull Dread, again from Duel Devastator. Really like this extra deck monster. At one point, listen guys, at one point some people thought that this card should have been banned. Literally, like, people were calling for this card to be banned on the ban list, and right now it's still there. Same thing, nothing happened. It's just out there and about. It does have the secret rare versions with the Megaton and the OG from Extreme Force, I believe so, but this ultra rare budget option, you see the clear downtrend here. So again, these are cards that you just want to have access to. As we can see here, you have a couple of deals here, but the wall is at a Billy 73. Not bad. Quickly pushes 2s and beyond. Excuse me. After these walls get gobbled up, you don't want to be paying like 3, 4, 5s. You never know, man. Skull Dread is broken. It's just out there waiting for links to come back and to fit into a deck specific archetype, guys. But broken card, and it's dragon. You draw, you put back. It's just broken. You can special, and it gives you an extra special. This link, man, make sure you guys have access to a card like this. Then you have D Barrier, guys. Dimensional Barrier. Synchros are running rampant, and as you can see, the demand is skyrocketing for this card as well. It's still cheap. So, if we clean this up here real quick, you can find it at just a hair above 2 Billies. But this card quickly is going to go to 3 Billies and beyond. You don't want to be paying over 10 Billies for a playset when you can get it around 7 Billies right now. I mean, it's D Barrier. You have the secret rare options, but this is like the perfect mid-max where it's still holographic, but you're not paying the premium for the higher end versions. And I really like D Barrier, man. You imagine an ultimate rare D Barrier in an OTS pack? Yo, that look fresh off the press, just like the channel. Really like this one. Still cheap. Barrier's broken. It hits everything except links. Is a very diverse is what I was gonna say. It's like flexible card. It fits in. Again, you can hit Pendulum, Synchros, Fusion, XCs. It's such a great card, guys, that you want to have exposure to. Most definitely. Another trap is Solemn Strike. Just broken, man. I was playing against Pureleys the other day, and once they bring out that XZs, you strike and boom, man, that hurts hard. It hurts hard, and it's a counter trap. Only 1,500 life points. Very good card. Again, from Duel Devastator, ultra rare, budget mid max, of course. There's a bunch of versions of Solemn Strikes. Most of them are pretty cheap, but this one, you have a couple of deals there at a Billy, and then it's under a Billy 50, so it's still good. I mean, I could see this ultra being $2 to $3 down the line. You want exposure today. I mean, again, Solemn Strike has a bunch of printings. Is that true? That Breaker's a shadow version? No way. Is that true? Okay, let me see. Clean this up here. Okay, wow, that's crazy. And first ed's around 5 Billies. That's cheap, man. That's borderline criminal when it comes to like Yu-Gi-Oh card. Those first Ed OG Solemn strikes at around 5 billies, guys. Those are deals, man. I have my play set, but those are deals. It makes me want to go in and snipe these up. And again, you have the ultimate rares as well, and then the CRs around 25 billies. But the OTs have been going down like crazy. Card used to be 300 billy owns. 300. Oh. Jay, what are billions? Billions is like the big brother of billies. Like when you want to make emphasis and a card was ridiculously priced like this, that means it's almost 900 billions, almost a rack for this card. That is crazy. And now you can find it all the way down to 138 billies. That's crazy, man. That's insane. Can we go back down to double digits? Bro, I think I'd go in, man. But man, I mean, these look nice, bro. OTS Tournament Pack 4, Solemn Strike OTs. Oh, man, what a beautiful card. Then you have Anti-Spell Fragrance. This card has been reprinted into the ground. We have budget rares. We have a bunch of other rarities. You know, this has been reprinted in like common, rare, I think, ultras, like all of them, you name it. So again, this is a rare that looks beautiful. At 50 cents, you can't go wrong. 2 quarters gets you this card, of course, massively overprinted. So keep that in mind, you know, but actually if you clean this up here real quick, almost under 100 listings, so not bad. Quickly goes up to 75 cents and eventually a billy. Anti-Spell Fragrance. Make sure you have access to this card. The card is too broken. It's too good. You definitely want to make sure that, again, you have access to it. No excuses, and maybe invest a little bit into this card. Of course, it has many printings, things of that nature, but definitely really like this card. Then Scarlet Red, you know, Dragon Archfiend. This is a synchro that we're getting that structured deck coming soon, and I believe this card can appreciate in price once that releases or a little bit before. And 60 cents, this is cheap, of course. Gamer's Choice with 3,700 copies, bro. Only 68 listings though, so I would tread lightly on this one. There's a lot of supply, but still, when the demand comes in, you never know if this gets eaten up and eventually goes towards a billy. I see that as a possibility. So again, if you buy it now, you're up 35-40% down the road. It's not bad. You of course have secrets and OTs and ghost rares, but this budget option looks beautiful and it's still cheap. From Duel Devastator as well. Dude, more dude cards. Artifact Lancia, everyone forgot about this card already because it's not being used currently in the meta. It was a over $2 card, now back down, wow, to a quarter, under a quarter. That is crazy. But I mean, that's just a deal, because if you clean this up here real quick, you see that they're really towards billies for this card. So you want to make sure that you get access, just to have access to a card, a broken card like this. Then Red Blossoms from Underroot. This is another sort of Ghost Girl card, but doesn't have the Ghost Girl name. You know, I really like this effect as well. It just never had its moment, you know. Excuse me. It's a card that always has that potential. They're just like on the edge, like a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, but they just don't pan out. I mean, you have it at quarters here, not bad. Card quickly goes eventually up to a billy. So if you don't have this card, that's a deal right there. I like this one for the future. We sporadically talk about this card in our market watches, but for the new people, you know, you can, there you go, to keep that one in mind. Then Mind Control, multi-format card from Duel Devastator as well. You know, just to note, you have 40 cents here, and then quickly, if we clean this up here real quick, 75-cent card. For the most part, quickly pushes a billy. And yeah, holographic mind controls, you can't go wrong with those. Definitely need to make those considerations to, again, at least gain exposure to cards like these. Then you have Ally of Justice Catastor. I like this card because it's an Edison card, and look, you see that spike, that Edison demand from 22 cents, under a quarter, to almost well, you do have a quarter prices here, none other than Gamer's Choice, you know, but the chart is reflecting that the demand is coming in for this card, and eventually is going to be hitting probably 2 quarters worth, in my opinion. So that's an easy 2x down the line. Edison demand is crazy. This is a extra deck staple in most Edison decks. So again, if it's cheap now, no need to wait. I already have my RO9. I just threw them to the side, forgot about those. You never know if this card might be worth a couple of billies down the line. Then we have Forbidden Apocrypha. We talked about this card a long time ago when it was around 10 cents, spiked up to 30 cents. That's a 3x. I held my stack. I haven't sold yet. Now retracing heavily back down to the main. If we clean this up real quick, we see that this card is worth a whopping 10 cents. But I mean, there's a lot of one-ofs. The walls are around 17 cents. So, I mean, it's still up almost a 2x since I first started talking about this card. You see the walls of China, but the potential is always there. This is another one from Duel Devastator that has always been on the edge. You can see the potential of it possibly panning out. Some people have used this card in the past, but I'm happy that I have access to this card, max rarity. And you just never know. You never know if it actually comes into a specific format, into the competitive scene, that I could see this card definitely worth a billy down the line. Guys, link in the description down below. You can find our centralized resources here. Shout out to Semi-Limited Podcast and Haver. They did a great job receiving me over there. Check out those episodes. And Yugioh, fresh off the press here. Click right here, click play. You're sorting through your cards, going through maybe buy orders, just some downtime. Just make sure that you listen and you click play. You don't have to be a member of Spotify or none of that. Just click play, you can listen in. I would gladly appreciate it. Don't forget our short form content, our socials for all the new people, our Discord, one big happy family there. One click gets you in. It can't get any easier than that. Don't forget to subscribe. Hey, if 1,000 people watch this video, 500 are not subscribed, man, just click the all right there so you can stay tuned and informed with podcast episode releases, live stream announcements, and giveaways. At 2K mark is just around the corner. We're going to be giving three TCG 10 Billy gift cards for 3 winners. So stay tuned for that. All you have to do is just subscribe to participate. It can't get any easier than that, guys. And don't forget, none of this is official financial advice. It's for entertainment purposes only. And destroy that like button. I really appreciate your help, guys. Everyone forgot about Deck Lockdown. We talked about this card when it was what, like a quarter, and the card went up from quarters to $1.50. Insane. And I think it went even higher than that. The chart just doesn't reflect it. I think this card was what, maybe $2 I think it did. Now it went all the way back down to essentially 2 quarters worth for the most part. Guys, don't miss out this second leg up. Retracement hard back down to the mean. I don't see this card going to quarters. I see this card having a second leg up. Draw is running rampant in the meta currently, and people are going to come to this, to have that continuous card and that continuous effect for a couple of turns. I mean, draw is better in my opinion, but it doesn't hurt to have the alternative there. Or maybe you want 6 copies of draw, for example, especially going first, siding this in. So definitely a great card that we've discussed on the past. And yeah, I mean, I don't want you guys to miss out again. I personally have my playset. Card looks beautiful and definitely a great card to be considering down at these prices. Then we have Ancient Gear Ballista from Duel Overload. Guys, look, this card was what? 4 shekels, went up to 22 billies. Wow. And now this card is back down to 3 billion. Wow, that is insane. Of course, that hype was with super heavies. That didn't last too long, as you can see in this chart. Yeah, these prices, I want to come in, man. I want to get at least one, maybe a playset. You never know if some random machine deck pops off, and this thing reclaims the double digi mark. Really like this investment. Super cheap for what it could be. Wanted to bring this to your attention. Then another one from Duel Overload. You have Bujinki Ahashima. Wow, I actually did name that one correctly. I believe so. Another one that used to be worth 3 billies went all the way up to 20 billy owns. Wow. Now back down here to 3 billies. And that's crazy. When you see cards like these, you want to make sure you expose yourself now again, because if it has another leg up, that's where you take advantage of it. Then you have Solemn Great Almirage with Solemn Greats back into the fold with the new legendary soul burning volcano product coming out. You want to make sure you have your copies of these. It's $1 billion some change, quickly goes up to 2 billies, as we can see here. 58 listings. Of course, you have the secret rare, but don't let this be 3-5 billies down the road, please, man. Don't do that to yourself. Then you have Ferocious Flame Swordsman, another Fire Link monster warrior. It's really good, as you can see. The spike since what, the card was quarters, and now it's 2x, up 100%. I think Sage was the one that mentioned this in the Discord, if I'm not mistaken. So that's why I picked my copies up. Excuse me, I have my R09 ready. Why? Because it's too easy sometimes, man. Look, 75 cents after this wall of China gets gobbled up, and then eventually a Billy. Guys, this is it. At 2 quarters, you don't want to let this 3x, 4x since the all-time lows, or you don't want to let this card be over a Billy. You just never know with these single print dual overload link monsters. They spike up hard when the demand comes in. You want to be exposed to that. Then we have Fantastical Dragon Phantasme from dual overload as well. I really like this one. Of course, it spiked up when Sky Striker got, some cards unbanned from the ban list to 350. Now retracing hard back down to the mean around the 2 Billy mark. But I like this. It's a matter of time before links get broken into the meta consistently again. And you have a couple of deals here at Billy's, but it's a $2 card, then goes to $2.50, and eventually to $3s. It's just a lot of one-ups, guys. So if you want this card, don't sit and wait around. Only 51 listings. Definitely a card that you need to consider sniping up. Guys, Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss is just that good Omni Negate for Dragon Link, but also, again, we're getting that structure deck later this year with resonator support and things of that nature, and this card is just broken. Again, as we can see, 60 cents, a couple of deals there, a little wall, and then eventually it's a Billy card. 72 listings only. Don't let this card be 2s, 3s down the line. It never hurts, man. It's just a great option, great extra deck monster, and even as an investment, I always like bringing to you guys these cheap cards to keep in mind. Galaxy Soldier is another one that, the recent reprint has really, killed this card's momentum towards the upside, but there's only 4 prints of this card. You have the Prismatic Secrets, and then you have 3 Ultras. That's it. So you want to make sure that either the dual power one like this one, or the Ghost from the Past 2, just any of these at under Billy's, you want to come in and snipe these up, because I believe these are deals, and this card is supposed to be 2 to 3 shekels down the line. This is an easy peasy investment. Then you have Stardust Dragon, an iconic card that I talked about a while back for Edison. I said, guys, get your card sooner rather than later. There's a couple of walls here and there, but these walls can get eaten up quick. And as we can see here, the evidence is in the pudding. Is that a phrase? Probably. Hey, you have Kevin here, Kevin Corp, or the proof is in the pudding. Yeah, but you guys get the gist of it. Here for a Billy, you got to place it. That's not bad, because then after that, it's a 2 Billy card strong. Only 4 pages, 39 listings. What did we tell you guys? We said, guys, this is an alternate art version of Stardust Dragon. It looks beautiful. It's a holographic print that is super cheap, and Edison is running rampant everywhere. So hopefully you guys listened in back then. This is definitely a fresh off the flashback candidate if it continues to go up. It's just too easy sometimes. We definitely, discussed this card, and hopefully you guys took advantage of it. Then we have Elemental Hero Grand Merge from Dual Power. Again, this one, I really like it. It's still a single print. You have a couple of deals at under 2 Billies, but after that, the card pushes over $2 a pop. 52 listings here. The demand is coming in because it's a single print hero card from Dual Power. The potential of this increasing in price, rises every day. Rises, that's what I meant to say, every day. And you have a deal here, but then it's $2. So make sure that you come in, take advantage of these deals before this card is worth too much. Then you have King Calamity, Hot Red Dragon Archfiend King Calamity. A lot of people are calling for this card to get banned. It's still here at around $1 billion. That's why I don't think this card has appreciated that much in price. People are waiting for the next ban list, anywhere from a month or 2 from now, just to know what's going to happen for this card. But yeah, after these couple of listings leave, then or get bought up, then $1 billion 50 is really where that next wall of China is at. 47 listings, and this is the cheapest version from Dual Power. You do have the Shining Victories OG prints, but if you ever wanted at least exposure, maybe to get a copy, then at $1 billion some change, you can't go wrong with that. Then Platinum Gadget is another one that was 2 Billies, went all the way up to 13, 14, almost 15 Billies. Wow. And now it's back to $3 once again. Not bad to keep these cards in mind, because they might continue on up again. You just never know. You want to make sure that you're exposed to a single print card. Like this. When is this gonna get a reprint? That's crazy. Same for Miracle Fusion. This is a hero card from Dual Power. Is another one that everyone forgot about. Look how it continues to go up. You have a wall of China at 74 cents and a couple of great walls here, but then it's at around $1 billion, guys. So you don't want to be getting this card later on. Right now you can save 25% in your purchasing power by getting getting your copies today, excuse me, rather than waiting, you know, for a later time. And yeah, it's a holographic print of Miracle Fusion Heroes. I don't even need to say anything else, man. This is an easy pickup. And the last card is Link Karibo. You know, all copies of this card are holding their market prices strong, but the rare and the ultra rare from Dual Power, as we were talking about, even the common, wow, you know, are still around that 4 Billy mark. And yeah, Link Karibo, who knows when it's going to get reprinted, if anytime soon. But if not, this card is holding that 4 Billy mark strong. You want to make sure that you get the copies that you need sooner rather than later, because this will be a $5 card soon. Who knows, maybe push 6s and 7s. You just never know. You want to ensure that you have exposure to a card like this. Guys, if you made it this far out into the video, you guys continue to be the straight MVPs. Leave your comment, you know, in the comment section down below. Leave your comments, your thoughts about today's episode. Just a lot of cheap cards out there, great investment opportunities that I like to bring to my community, man. So yeah, hopefully you guys continue to enjoy the content. Thank you so much for your time, your support, and your attention. Stay fresh.